All right, so I want to show you some options to finish off. When we looked at one of the smaller bags, I talked about the strap. So let's talk about how we get there. This really doesn't go with this unless you want to dress this down or unless this is for a teenager. So you've got your two raw edges. Typically what I just do is stitch right on top of here and put a big square on top of here. And then I pinned in here and we would just stitch along, don't stab yourself like I did. And basically that is below. When I close this, you can't tell, but I can feel it right inside of here. So what that will do is not interfere when you open this up. This will be stitched on here. And I would try to have it right along where that seam would be if we put a seam here. You're going to have top stitching here and top stitching here for the strap. I would, if you're going to do the fancy button like this, do a nicer strap or no strap at all. Let me just show you when we take this off how it changes the look completely. So this is a cute little makeup clutch, cute little bag to do whatever. So imagine, again, the box pleats allows you to stuff this full of all kinds of stuff. And change the lining so that you've got 4 different fabrics. So that's a larger piece. I'm going to go back to this and talk about this for a second. So this earlier, this piece and this piece, this is what you saw me cut out. Here is one option. We're going to fold this up, fold that down. So we're going to pretend that this is here. Finished like this. This goes up, this goes down, and you'd stitch here. That's one option. But what I really like more is to take this here. We're going to make this the lining. We're going to stitch this here, here, here. You'll see me do that in the written directions. We'd stitch this here, 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 and then we're going to tuck this inside, and then we finish off here. What that ends up giving you is this kind of a look. This is the top. It would be here, and that turns into a cute little bag. So you can see this is more square. Adding 2 separate pieces here allows you to have the option to do the box pleat. So this here allows me to do the box pleat much easier. And again, you can see how this size changes. And again, same template, so you've got a whole lot of options. One other thing that I think is a lot of fun to do is the oilcloth. This grabs. Now you can see here, this was done with the scallop pinking blade. The scallop is a little bit different than pinking. I shouldn't say pinking. It's a little bit different than this. When you cut, you need to be aware that when you're cutting, if you do something like this, you may be cutting into this template because those guys have a wide kind of a whatever. The pinking blade is a little bit easier to cut because it's not quite as wide. So when you cut along here, and you cut along here, and you cut along here, you get a finished edge like this that you don't have to do any kind of lining if you don't want to. You can, of course, add another layer inside so you get a nice finished edge. What I've done down here was created pleats, just a little pleat down here. You can see just by folding here and folding here. And all I did to do that was I folded up and I took a template and just ran that along the edge. That gives that good crease. And then matching, if you're doing the pinking or if you're doing the scallop, you're going to match those edges along here. And again, give it a good press. And that just creates that crease. And this is just one of those quickie kind of things. Stitch up the sides here, stitch up the sides. This is even the Velcro that's just the peel off. And that's really strong enough to be able to close that up. Okay, so the box bag, a little bit of unorganization on my part. Doesn't matter how much I prep, there's never enough. But your written directions are going to walk you through step by step by step. I would love to see what you do with this template. Please go to my Facebook, Winter Designs, Sewing and Quilting. Go look at some of the projects that you see posted there. Please add yours too. And start looking out for some of the contests we're going to have. We're going to do a prize for the 100th, like in the 127th or the 130, whatever we decide. So you'll have a way to connect with me, with other people that have been using the templates, and I'd love to see what you do. Thanks for watching.